Hey guys, it's Miss B. I wanted to go ahead and give this video as an option for y'all so that you have something to just be watching as we're going through and discussing vocabulary for inherited traits of plants and animals. So the first term that we're going to be looking at is an organism, which is a single living thing. We've been talking about the word organism this whole school year, so hopefully it's becoming a lot more familiar, even though it can seem somewhat like a highly scientific term. Our next word is inherited trait, and that is a physical characteristic that is passed on from parents to their offspring. It includes structures and behaviors. So some interesting things that you will probably notice as you get older is that you'll start doing some of these things, some characteristics, such as the way that your parents do it. So there's some things that Mr. Briggs does because that's how his family, how his parents have done it. It's an inherited behavior. Now there are also inherited structures, such as Mr. Briggs has blue eyes like his dad does. So that is a physical characteristic that's passed on. So that's a structure, not a behavior. Our next word is learned behavior. That's a behavior an animal learns from its parents or through interactions in its environment. So think about, just like we have in the example here, learning to tie your shoe, a lion cub learning how to hunt, learning how to ride a bicycle. Those are all learned behaviors. You don't inherit those naturally. You have to practice and continue trying those things out to be able to repeat that behavior. Our next word is offspring. We've talked about this word before as well, but that's the children or the new organisms that have come from parents that have reproduced. So the example they have here is that those puppies came from that dog. Okay, that is the offspring of the dog. You are your parents' offspring. Our next word is trait, and that's any feature that can be used to describe an organism. So if we're looking at the picture of this child right here, it looks as though the child has curly blonde hair. The child has blue eyes. Okay, those are things that I can describe traits about this child. Now, I can't necessarily describe things that the child would put on because that's not a trait. So like the shirt that this person's wearing, that's not a trait of that organism. That's just something that the organism has on. A trait is something that you express either through behaviors that you do or physically how you appear. It's not something that, like, if I wear a lot of makeup, that's not a trait about me. That might be a behavior if I choose to put it on, but it's not a trait that is passed on. And our last word that we're going to be looking at is instinct. That's an inherited behavior. That means that you have this automatic response to something. So, for example, an instinct that the spider has is that the spider needs to build a web. The ants have the instinct to march in their lines and collect food to defend the colony. Those are inherited behaviors. They're instincts, things that they know they have to do. So that's all that we've got for today. I hope this is helpful for breaking down some of these new terms that we're learning about. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.